There is a new study out today that says women become unhappy as they get older. Well, the flip side, men get happier as life goes on. Now, the researchers, a couple of economists, by the way, they say it happens when we each turn 48. And of the major factors coming down, it's all about money. Now, what's that all about? We're going to debate it. Mark Rudolph is a no-nonsense man, and Tracy Burns, our Fox Business reporter, joins me to tell us what's really going on. Tracy, is this true?
Come on.
I mean, come on.
All right, first of all,
don't get me started.
I know you've missed me, Mark. First of all, this study was conducted by mostly men. And when men conduct anything, they talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of their wallet, toys, dare I say. So, you put all your toys together in a parking lot and it makes you happy. If they were to ask other questions in this study about spirituality, about the other aspects of our lives, that women would have taken over. I mean, first of all, a woman hits her sexual prime at 35. Things get much better for us.
Hey, I'm 35. This is good for me. All right, Mark, all right, go nuts, because I know you're going to go nuts.
Well, first of all, you're presuming that unhappiness in women begins in middle age. I'd say it starts when she's a little girl, when she's taught that happiness derives from shoes, jewelry, boob jobs, and pedestals. And what's interesting, oh, come on, Alexis, and then you have boys who are taught that they're supposed to make girls happy.
Basically, what they're saying is that we are happier in our early adult life, and that women are more likely than men to fulfill their aspirations earlier related to material goods and family. That is true, wouldn't you say, Tracy?
Well, I just think this whole notion of basing your happiness on material goods is part of the problem, hence part of the reason that this thing was run by men in the first place. If there were women on the panel,
Tracy.
If there were women on the panel, they would, I mean, ask any woman if she would choose her car over her children, and she'd take the kids any day, whereas I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't believe what I just heard you say. There's a reason that women live
longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men, and that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
Smoke weed every day. I have 3 children.
Okay, Mark. You know what?
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark.
You disgust me.
Economy. But Mark, you and your statistics,
compared to 200%.
You're narrowing it to university graduates there in order to get a statistic which is not borne out by the greater society. In order to get a statistic which is not borne out by the greater society.
In order to get a statistic which is not borne out by the greater society.
In your statistics, they're women who are choosing to work fewer hours, Andrew. You're just playing wrong.
I don't think that's always the case.
We need to go back over this statistical analysis again.
Aside from the statistics, let's look at the notion that women over the past 40 years, we are better educated, which means we have more financial freedom. We don't need a man like we may have needed a couple of decades ago. Do you think there's any truth to the argument that perhaps men feel sort of threatened because they no longer have that power or do you think there's any...
No, I think the average man's doing quite fine. They ignore most of the left feminist claptrap. They ignore people like Van, who are a very, very minority interest in our society. She's a self-declared anarchist, way, way on the extreme left of politics, representing perhaps 0.001% of thought in Australia. So she's safely ignored. The real issue for men is, can they keep up in the education system? At the moment, among university graduates leaving every year, 40% are male, 60% are female, a massive advance for women.
But do you need to run down feminism in order to explore those issues?
No, you don't. I'm running down Van.
OK, well, why don't we try and keep away from personal attacks?
Can I defend myself, please, or is a man going to speak over me about me?
You're trying to speak over us as ever.
Yes, you are speaking over me, Mark. You're proving my point, Mark. You're not even letting me talk about myself. Now, I've known you for 20 years.
No, you haven't.
I met you. I I met you when I was an undergraduate at the University of Wollongong.
Well,
you know for a fact I'm from a working class family from the suburbs of Sydney, and I write about that in my work all the time.
About 20 years ago, the practicality on the 11:30
Mark,
train
good on you with
out
your
of
personal
Sydney.
attacks. Good on you, mate. Good to see you sticking to the topic again.
Well, I am sticking to the topic. It just shows how little you know about the practicalities of life in the suburbs, because the idea that
I don't live in a suburb. I live in a cloud, Mark.
No, you live in cloud cuckoo land, absolutely. So look, the point is that if you're on the 11:30 train out of the city and there's a women's only carriage and you're a bad bloke who wants to do damage, well, you go straight in. You're not going to respect the pink colour.
Oh, yeah, that's a really insightful comment, Mark. Good on you.
Thank you for giving us
If you're the corner train, get out of your limo, pal.
It's so nice to have a constructive debate. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark.
You disgust me.
Well, listen, Miranda, thank you. And thank
Thanks,
you, Van.
Miranda.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rory,
Mark.
for your insights. And thank you, Mark, for your entertainment.
Colour pink's going to protect you. Well, thanks for your objectivity, Andrew. Maybe next week you can go back to being a proper professional host instead of participant. If you want to participate, declare that at the start of the segment, and you might get a lot more respect from the viewers, I can assure you.
Thank you so much. That's me.
But most men are pretty hopeless when newborn bundles arrive, and they're so incredibly impressed by how women appear to know what to do, and then they think, well, I'll go off and do extra work and make some money, and they justify it in that way.
Christopher, I've heard you say this.
Yeah.
And
But now you're hearing me say it again.
No, but my point would be that I think after the 70s that is actually not true. That may have been true, but I don't think that is true, that men are so less capable of dealing with children, and that it's better that they go off and earn money. You know, maybe the mother could go and earn some money. Did that never occur to you?
I'm not having any woman of mine go to work.
You know you're going to get into trouble if you go down there.
No, I won't. No, they don't need to work. They can if they like, but they don't have to.
You are joking, aren't
No,
you?
I'm not. No, I would expect
I would
expect to take care of them. They work if you want, but you don't have to.
You are the commander's son, aren't you?
I am,
Yes. You really mean that?
Sure.
You don't think women should go and work?
Yeah, I said they're welcome to do that. I'm thrilled if they want to. But if they don't want to, they don't have to.
Is this
That's
you
what
being
I'm-
ironic?
that's what
Is
I'm
this
there
your
for.
famous attachment to irony?
No. What's so difficult about it?
It's just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong.
No, they're called the gentle sex for a good reason. I want to see them. I want to see them. I want to see them coarsened in the coarsened in the labour market. No, not if they don't want to. They
You're
shouldn't
61,
they shouldn't feel they
not
have to.
180.
No, that's not good. I'm here to look after them. But no one got
Christopher,
it.
I've given you every single chance to opt out of that last
Oh
statement.
no! I mean, that's my view. I don't think a Mrs. Hitchens should have to work.
It's been lovely to have you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's very nice of you to invite me.